Hello and welcome, this is the Nuclear Rabbit and today I am doing something a bit different than usual. I'm playing on Amazon as you can tell. But I am using a shared stash this time. Because I'm doing a bit of a challenge run. I wanted to try and see if I could get away with not speccing into vitality at all. And just going pure dexterity. And as usual, the challenge starts off with running away from Rakunishu a lot. Luckily I find the stamina shrine. And I'm basically just looking for the waypoint. While those mean Fallens follow me around. Do end up finding it and then I go ahead and use my very special bow. That I'm using because it has amplified damage triggers, so very special bow. On level 12 I equip myself some angelics and some niggle rings. On level 15 I give myself a raven claw. And I'm still just hunting for the stealth because I need a Talon and Ethrun to do it, and it's just the best armor for this part of the game. I could have used a Twitch throw, but I ended up just wanting stealth. So that we murder Andariel and we head towards Duriel. And at this point we're just in normal, so it's not that much of a challenge yet, but this is the easy part of the game for sure. As we shoot fiery arrows at Duriel. And then we head towards the cave with all of them spiders in there. Where our mercenary gets amplified damage by Zar. And I run away because I don't have that much life. They hit really hard. So I run away into the sewers where the first really dangerous moment happens, and after that I make my way towards the council. And Mephisto. And then it's time for my very first real bow after grinding to level 25. It's a Tirtal Am. And it's just something that has some ED, some IAS. And that's just really nice when firing arrows. And then we head towards the Diablo fight where my mercenary gets electrocuted. And I run away a lot because I have 188 HP, which is not a lot. And after that it's time as usual for the Eldritch farm. I need levels. Not for the HP, but mostly for the gear. So I give myself a Ral Tirtal Sol bow, an inside bow, you can do that these days. And it's a skin of the Viper Magi over there, but I don't wear it for too long, so I figured I didn't highlight it. It's just a Viper Magi, it's nothing that special. And then it's Ancients time. And one thing that I noticed while doing this run is even though I have very low life total, I'm dealing way more damage than I'm used to. This is a massive glass cannon. And the Ancients are dead, and then we head towards Bale. And as you can tell, at this point I have a mercenary that is a barbarian. And that is because I want something that's really tanky. And the barbarian mercenary is just more tanky than the pikey one. And these are my stats and my skills after normal. And with that we head towards Andariel. Our bow is now at Lysander's aim, by the way. That's why I leveled to level 42. I end up finding a Lem rune in the Arcane Sanctuary. And then it's Duriel time. And the crushing blow is coming from my mercenary wearing a Guillaume's helmet. If anyone was curious. Then in Act 3 I get the first real dangerous moment of the run. I encounter some fanaticism souls. But luckily souls are just as much glass cannons as I am, and I end up finding a +5 direwolf helm. I really like finding like these +5 helmets to even the most random of skills. I just think it's really cool. And then it's time for the council on Nightmare. who I kind of just obliterate. Which is definitely a theme for this run. Also, dolls are very dangerous. Because that's my life total. And that's when I took the doll out. And that's just a random ghost out of the floor. And that dealt a lot of damage. And then it's time for Mephisto. Who is just hitting my Valkyrie. Even with all my stats into dexterity, I still only have a 76% to hit, which is just stupid. Like, the attack rating needs to get fixed. I get an rune from the Hellforge, and then it's Diablo Nightmare time. So the safest place to stand is right up on him. As you can tell, he's just not really hitting me. And then here we have this moment in Act 5 in Nightmare where I need to dodge a lot of stuff because there's Death Lords and I need to move like Neo himself to dodge those fireballs. Which brings us to the Ancients, and you can really tell at this point how much I'm dumping into dexterity because look at me just destroying it. Also, my life total just vaporizes every once in a while, it's kind of dangerous. There goes Bale, there's some chances, 37%. I kind of didn't want to put that in, but I know that if I don't, people are going to be like, what percentage are the chances? Don't worry, Chassis very happy with them. This is my mercenary's gear. He has a Lawbringer, which is very important for me to deal with physical immunes. Because otherwise I, well, can't. That's also a big reason why I have the Barbarian. And then I level to 69 in the Terror Zones on Nightmare. And I equip myself an Eagle. And I get myself some more resist using that rune. And these resists are still bad, but it's manageable. And these are my stats and my skills after Nightmare. Here's my complete gear after Nightmare. I just get the resist from Charms. And then it's time for Hell, where Conviction is my worst nightmare. So look at my life total when the thing dies, it's halved. And that barrel also takes a third of my life. And the one downside to this build is physical immunes take for absolutely ever to kill, but the rest of this all just dies. Like, I was very impressed with how very doable this challenge was. I actually kind of want to do it like solo self-found at this point. Because just look at me just going through. And once again, the physical immunes. So I just told it I was going to get some cigarettes or milk, and then I left. And never came back. I find a rare Balrog skin. And I thought this was really funny. So what's happening here is the Lawbringer aura, the Sanctuary aura, is just keeping the specters away, and it looks so silly. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And here is Duriel on Hell, and at this point it's like, okay, if he hits me, I'm in a lot of trouble, but if he doesn't, I'm going to murder the absolute living face off of him. Same goes for the Council. If they hit me, I have a problem. If they don't, they have a problem. So if you like doing challenge runs, this is a very fun one to do. You have a lot of damage, you have a lot of dodging going around, you need to kite a lot. You need to be very aware of where your Amazon is standing to get through the game, but it's very satisfying. Bowazons are just so much fun to play. As we mow down Mephisto in Hell. The Fanaticism aura, while very close range, is really nice. Also, this happens. Probably the most risky moment of the run, just souls. Luckily my fate triggers. because otherwise I would be very sad. Then we get to our health forge where we get a Io rune. Wah, wah, wah. And then it's time for the Chaos Sanctuary, where at this point I have so much damage that I'm just mowing down everything. I really thought when I started this run this would be like a super hard challenge and stuff, but this build was so good. I didn't even use the really good items. I found a wind force a few days ago, and if I had used that I would be absolutely murdering everything. Casual humble brags and stuff. And yes, I recorded it, it'll be in another video. Your wind force is in another castle. Anyway, Diablo hell time. I'm not gonna stand near him because I'm very afraid that if he punches me I die. But my mercenary has a fade aura, so he's just gonna tank him. If you do end up having a bit more life during this run than I do, you can just go stand next to him, it's safer. Time for the final part of the game, where I get a lot of fire arrows thrown at me and my life total is very sad about it. And this weird visual thing happened, so that's a cloud. And now it's not anymore. I don't know what happened there. Press the evil urn, because that's always a good idea. And the Vipers were actually really dangerous in this run, because they have a lot of range and they hurt really hard. One thing you can do is trigger Fate by standing in this flame over here next to the angel on the way to the Chaos Sanctuary. And with that Fate I am going towards the Ancients, who I also just kind of obliterate, to be honest. I honestly thought this would be a very hard run, but it ended up just being like, well, I have 1,000,000 damage and a target, so let's go. Also just getting lucky rolls on the Ancients really helped. I got Stone Skin, Teleportation, Talic, and it's like, yeah man, you have fun with that. You can always be my Stone Skin, Teleportation, Ancient, I will take it. But yeah, still just chunking him. There's a Deathlord over here and a Troll Nest, which is quite a rare item, so I totally didn't completely forget about it for a while. Also there's Fanaticism Deathlords here, and that is very dangerous. And he's physical immune as well, which is just making me sad. Oh, the reason I ended up going for the Tal's Mask is because it was the only way that I ended up having enough mana. Because the amount of mana Bowazon stake is kind of insane. So I kind of forgot about this Troll Nest here, but that's because this item sucks balls. But it is pretty rare, so I wanted to show it off. Also, here's a Spired Helm. And then it's time for the Bale run. And I'm just completely chunking these things. I was very impressed with how this build did. Yeah, just mowing everything down. And Lister is physical immune again, but the Decrepify from the Mercenary does trigger a few times, which makes this a lot more doable. But yeah, as you can tell, this is fast forwarded by like 500% and it still takes forever to kill him with physical immune. That's the one downside to this build. And with that, we are at the end. It's not like Bale's gonna kill us, that never happens, so... There you go, that's Bale down. Excellent drops as usual, bunch of crap. Here's my gear one more time for the people that haven't seen it in the back. So yeah, this is kind of gear that you can just find by farming Mephisto Hell. So if you want to do like a second character on ladder or something and you have some Mephisto rounds under your belt, you should try this. It's a lot of fun, very cool challenge to do. And this is my build. And there we have it, Guardian Bowazon. Level 80, thank you for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye.